Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my girlfriend's plane ticket after she decided to stay longer on her trip without me? So, here's the deal. My 28M girlfriend, 27F of 2 years, and I planned a 2-week vacation to Italy. I paid for the flights, hotels, everything because I make more than she does, and I wanted it to be a stress-free trip for both of us. Everything was great until the last day when she tells me she wants to stay longer to find herself and think about our relationship without me. She didn't discuss this with me beforehand, and it completely blindsided me. I was hurt and told her that if she feels she needs time alone, then she should also be independent financially during this extension of her trip. I said I wouldn't be paying for her new return ticket whenever she decides to come back. Now she's upset, calling me unsupportive and selfish, and some of our friends are saying I'm being an a-hole because I left her stranded in a foreign country without financial help. So, am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for her new plane ticket home after she chose to extend her trip without any heads up? Update. Thank you to all the people who responded, especially the early ones who gave some outside verification of me probably not being the a-hole. I don't feel comfortable saying I'm completely blameless here because you're only getting one side of the story, and I need to take responsibility for my part in this whole thing, such as it is. But I guess I never realized how good my GF was at making me feel like unreasonable shit was normal and rational, and that I was the crazy one. So here's the update. We're both back in America now, and she's packing her shit to go stay with her family for a bit until she can find a new place. Soon after I posted, it was time to go to the airport, so I did without her. I'm one of those people who arrives really early because I never think I'll get to the gate in time because everything that could go wrong probably would go wrong. It never does. But, especially with how I was feeling my luck was going, I didn't want to push it. I was there for about an hour by myself mulling things over and talking to my mom. I looked at a couple responses to this post, but I didn't trust that I wouldn't lose it if I started responding, and I definitely didn't want to burst into tears while I was in the airport. As I was talking to my mom, my GF showed up. I guess she thought I was bluffing but had a rude awakening when the hotel staff kicked her out of the room because I'd only paid through that day. I took no small amount of satisfaction in this, and she'd been so concerned about the plane ticket that she didn't even stop to think about where she was going to stay. As many of you guessed, she met someone while we were in Italy. She was quick to tell me that it was just a physical attraction and that they hadn't done anything. But she had his way and was wanting to see if it'd go anywhere. I guess that's what I get for not feeling well and wanting to stay in one night while she went out to explore. Obviously, I told her things were over between us. Even though she tried to make it sound like nothing had happened, the fact was, A, I couldn't feel like I could trust her when she said that, and B, I don't really want to be with someone who feels like it's okay to still keep her options open when she's been in a monogamous relationship for the past 2 years. The flight home was awkward as fuck, and she tried really hard to give another pitch for why we should stay together on the drive home from the airport. I think, as we got closer to home, reality started setting in, and she realized she'd just thrown a lot away. So yeah, I'm jet-lagged and physically and emotionally exhausted. I'm just kinda numb at this point. Finally, I didn't see all the comments, as there are 2.5K at the time of this update, but to the few that were downvoted into oblivion who said this was fake, because I hadn't updated in several hours. Fuck you. I was looking for reasonable dissenting opinions that might have helped me make sense of this situation, and you're accusing me of making this up for random internet points? Believe it or not, my priority was not to tell a bunch of strangers on the internet how my world was falling apart around me. I know it's easy to think that these people aren't real and their struggles are meaningless because screens divide us, but ironically, you're the a-holes.